Hola, hola, it's your girl Erica from America. Welcome to the Confidence Chronicles podcast. This podcast is all about helping you stand in who you are. Stop giving a fuck what people think about you. Start standing as your fully expressed self. As you are, as is, there is no filter needed. You are fucking awesome, and I am here to remind you. I'm a confidence coach, and I'm a bold stand for confidence, and I cannot wait to dig into today's episode with you. Hello. What up? What up? What up? What up? My goodness. Can you believe that it is, when I'm recording this, about to be June 2020? And I just feel like, how the hell did that happen? Isolation, quarantine for 5 months, it feels like. I can't believe we were literally in Los Angeles, March 2nd, 2020. We went to LA. Shout out to all my ladies in Los Angeles who came to our Creating Confidence Masterclass. We were on a global tour. I was on my way around the world to bring my Creating Confidence Masterclass. And literally, we made it home. And then all this shit hit the fan, y'all, with this COVID situation. So here in Australia, just to keep you up to date with what's going on for us over here, we have eased a bit of restrictions. We're about to move into opening up, having events. You can have 20 people at your house. My husband's gym, Alter Ego Fitness, Holistic Fitness, is about to open on the 22nd of June. He's so excited. They've been closed for quite some time now. And so it feels like things are kind of shifting back into some kind of normalcy. And I think we're hearing so much about the new normal, and it's so annoying because what does that really mean? And before we start today's episode, I just wanted to share with you or invite you to think that you get to choose how you go back to life now. Like, you get to choose what you keep from this amazing time that you might have had with yourself and your family or your children or your business or your work or whatever you decided to do. And you get to not keep the things that weren't serving you in this time. So for some of you, maybe you really enjoyed being home. And for others, you may have enjoyed, slowing your life down and being with your family more, or not being with your family more. And you can't wait to get the hell out of the house. Whatever it is for you. But I've realized that there have been some things that we used to do that I don't want to do anymore. And I'll give you a quick example and then we'll get into the episode. But for me, I think we used to rush around a lot. We used to rush our kids here and rush our kids there. And it was always like a rush. Like, come on, get your shoes on, get out of the house quick, sit in traffic, hurry up, come back. And it just felt like, what the hell's the point of that? And I said to my husband, I don't want to do that anymore. I am over that. So that is one of the things that I am not bringing into my future. My post-COVID new norm will not be rushing my ass around and getting my kids running around and doing all the doing and not sitting and being and sleeping and, enjoying the slow flow. And so that is something that I really highly recommend you have a look at. How are you going to go back to your life? Back to life, back to reality. How are you going to do that post-COVID? Because you get to choose. And I hope you make a choice with this, because it does not have to be how it used to be. Anyway, with that being said, I wanted to talk to you about some of the worst advice that we give and that we've been given. And it's something that I don't think we're doing this on purpose, but it is really, really shit advice that once you realize it, you kind of go, oh my goodness, I didn't know that I was saying that. I didn't know that I was doing that. And you will hopefully see how it's not really helpful, even though we've been told that it is. Now, why do I say that? I say that because we have been told all our lives, and we tell people, just be yourself. Just be yourself. Be yourself, be yourself, be yourself. It is the worst advice. And I'm going to tell you why. Because who is yourself? I don't know who I am. I need to know who I am. And I'm like, I'm so happy that you don't know who you are. I'm excited that I don't know who I am. I hope I never know who I am. And I'll tell you why, because if we are constantly trying to be a self, trying to be a certain person, trying to stay the same, trying to know ourselves, right? Who are we? This is who we are. I am this. And the I am is the most powerful statement that you could say about yourself. Whatever comes after I am, I mean, you are really casting a spell on who it is that you are and who it is that you want to be. And so if you don't pay attention to this, and it's something that we don't know, and I never knew this until I started doing work on this and really realized that I don't want to know who I am. I am open to being different every day. I am open to evolving. I am open to being proven wrong. I'm open to proving myself wrong. You know, I'm open to shifting and changing into a better version of myself. And I may not even want to shift and change, but sometimes you don't know what's good. And then you do something, you're like, wow, actually, I'm so happy that happened because of that, I became this person. And because of that, I now know this. And I experienced that. And so I think some of the worst advice that we get given or we give out to people is just be yourself. And it's really you sit in a identity fuck is what I'm going to call it. And an identity fuck is like, I know myself to be nice. I know myself to be non-confrontational. I know myself to be a mother. I know myself to be a father. I know myself to be a teacher or whatever it is. And then when you're not that, you have a freak out. You have an identity fuck and you're like, oh my God, if I'm not that, who am I? And it's this void, you know, this concept of the void and letting what's not serving you die off. And then you're like, well, I'm not that. Well, what the hell am I? And then you sit in a void space. And people don't like that space of not knowing who they are because it's like, I'd rather know. It's like the devil that you know, right? I'd rather do this because I know this, even though it's not really helping me or serving me, but I'd rather keep doing it because I know what it's going to bring versus creating something new for yourself and not even knowing or understanding what that can do for you. And it's really crazy because I remember always being like, be yourself. That's the number one thing you need to do is be yourself, be yourself. And I really don't want anybody to be themselves because the self that you are right now is getting the results that she's getting. And if you're not happy with it, you're going to have to shift. You're going to have to change who you're being. You're going to have to become someone else. Dr. Joe Dispenza, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself book, which is next level. And it's all about how the you that you think you are has gotten you this. And you're not bad. It's not wrong who you are. But if you want another result, if you want a different life, if you want something else to happen, you actually have to become someone else. And you have to allow those parts of you to die that are not serving you. And to come off like a tree would, like pruning, you know, like a plant, like a flower. The flower dies and then it goes down, a new seed buds and you get a new fucking flower. And it's that evolution of self. So if we are constantly trying to be who we think we are not open to shifting and evolving. You know, and a perfect example of this is motherhood. You know, I had a baby and now I want my pre-baby body back. And who is it? Deepak Chopra talks about like, you know, and even Wayne Dyer, he'll be like, my 18-year-old self, who is that self? Where's that body? If I'm still him, where's my 18-year-old body? I can't find it here in my 70-year-old body. You know, like literally we are shifting and changing. That pre-baby body's never coming back. And it's good news. You may feel overweight and yucky and saggy skin and saggy titties and all that jazz, right? I'm speaking for myself here. But who's to say this new self of you cannot be created, a better version, another body, a body who is mothered and breastfed and looked after a child and you tightened it up and you loved it up and you feed it well and nourish it. You know, it's like creating your best self and that whole like be the best version of yourself. That is you constantly shifting and changing and evolving who you are. That is the opposite of be yourself. If you want to be a better version of yourself, that means you are open to changing who it is you are moment to moment. And that's why I say my tagline is like helping you become your fully expressed self. And whoever that is in the moment, if you feel like this in this moment, be her, be that. In tomorrow, you want to be something else, be something else. Just trust yourself in each moment. You don't have to stay the same. You don't have to be who you are forever. You know, you get to evolve. And I think when people say be yourself, they're trying to be helpful and say, hey, you don't have to fake it till you make it. You don't have to try to blend in. Just be you. And I wish it would just be like, just be who you are in the moment is what I want to add to just be you. Just be who you are in the moment. If this moment you feel tired and you don't want to be like, hey guys, how are you? Be tired. If the next moment you feel energized and you feel friendly, be friendly. You feel sad, be sad. How beautiful would it be if we could teach like the youth and children to feel their feels and be that, and not have to stop crying. Don't do that. Smile. Say thank you. It's like, fuck, I don't want to say thank you. I want to be grumpy. Cool, be grumpy. There's nothing wrong with that. And so I just want you to start thinking about this, because it's some of the advice that we give unknowingly, like subconsciously. We're like, just be yourself. I don't know who I am. And I'm telling you right now, I did a post about it on Instagram recently. I got myself some blue contacts. I don't know why. I just bought some random shit in isolation shopping on Instagram. I bought myself contacts. I cut a fringe. If you want to check it out, head to the Queen of Confidence on Instagram. My hair usually is long and black. My front, I have a long fringe, but I chopped a bang. So I got bangs, like real, like short bangs and heavy bangs. And I got contacts on. I don't know who the hell I am. And I'm like, I kind of like that. I don't know who I am. I feel like I'm having like a, what is it called? Not midlife crisis, mid-ISO crisis, isolation crisis, and I just got bored, and I was like, oh man, I'm so safe with my look. And I stay safe with how I look and my hair, and I don't want to cut it off or color it because I like black hair and I like this look. And it's like, fuck, who cares? Chop it off, shave it, color it, get some contacts, do something different for yourself so that you don't look in the mirror and see who you think you are. Because transformation is about allowing yourself to move and shift from who it is you think you are right now. And it's letting go of the identity and the labels that we think we are. I am anxiety. I am an anxious woman. I am shy. I'm a mother. What the fuck does that mean, I'm a mother? That means you can have crazy wild sex on lunch break with your husband? What does it mean that you're a mother? That you got to be responsible? That you can't be fun? Like, what does it mean to you to be a mother? You got to do everything for everybody? You got to mother everybody? What does it mean to be single? I'm single, so what? So you're depressed and bored and home alone all the time? Single could mean amazing shit. What are you making it mean? What is the label that you are carrying around? And I want you today to start thinking about this. What label did you put on yourself? Who put that label on you? Why have you allowed yourself to say, hello, my name is anxiety. Hello, my name is I'm just a mother. Hello, my name is single at 35. And that means what? What the fuck does that mean? And what if you shifted that and allowed yourself to be whoever the fuck it is you wanted to be in the moment? And not label yourself as whatever. There's so many labels. Just catch it. Catch how you speak about yourself. I did a podcast about that. And it's so important. How we talk about ourselves is important because we are listening. And I know we think, no, it's nothing. I just said this. I'm stupid. I'm an idiot. You hear that. Your body hears it. Your subconscious hears it. It takes over your life because you start acting like that. You start letting people treat you like that. You start expecting people to treat you like that. So this is really huge. I wanted to come at you real quick with this because it's something that I've noticed so much that we want to be the same. We want to know who we are. We want to say we should know who we are. I should know who I am. Who am I? What's my purpose? That's a whole nother podcast. But like, you shouldn't know who you are. I hope I never know who I am. Because that means I'm open to evolving, changing, shifting, proving myself fucking wrong, doing the things I never thought I could do, becoming the person I never thought I could become. And that is growth. That is transformation. That is flow. That is incredible. And I wish that for every single one of you. That's it for me, y'all. Very short, loving bitch slap for you today. I hope that you're keeping well. Please, if you get a minute, we're going to do a little competition. I'm going to be emailing people. If you are not on my email list, please head to thequeenofconfidence.com and just sign up to the email list so you get all my yummy emails and my discounts and my events and everything that's happening. I'm going to do a contest for whoever left me a review on my podcast because I really want this podcast to reach more women. I'm so excited that we've had 500,000 downloads and that we're like in 118 countries. I'm really, this is my favorite work, this podcast. And I'm so grateful to you for listening and for being here. I fucking love you. I love you. I appreciate you. You're incredible. You're amazing. You don't need anything else. There is nothing wrong with you. You are fucking awesome and incredible and worthy and valuable and have important shit to say. And you matter. And I want you to know that forever and ever. You don't have to do anything. You just fucking are. Thank you so much for being here. I love you. My darling, we are in wild times right now. And in order for you to manage your mind and boost your immunity and be level-headed instead of panic, I want to invite you to consider online training, to consider joining a community, a sistership where you are going to be held, where you're going to be supported, where you have a safe space to unravel, and with all this time at home, you can actually better your life and work on yourself. Good news as well, I have now done a 12-month payment plan for the online sisterhood. So many women right now are experiencing trouble with their finances, losing their jobs, being single mothers, not knowing when their next money or paycheck is going to come from. And we are navigating that with our current sisterhood members. We are working with every woman that we can in order to support them in these tough times. And I hear you out there saying, I'd love to join the sisterhood, but I can't afford it. I can't afford 6 payments. So what I've done is made it a year-long program. It's a year-long program with a year-long payment plan. I really, really want you to consider if this is the time for you to join the sisterhood and work on yourself. It is available to you now. Let's do the damn thing. Thank you so much for listening. I so appreciate your ears, your time, your energy, and your attention. Please do me a favor and head over to Apple iTunes, subscribe so that you don't miss an episode, share this episode with a sister who you know needs to hear it, and if you feel called to, leave me a review. I'd love to know what you think about the podcast. I'd love to know how this information is helping you change your world. Thank you so much for being here. I know that there are many podcasts you could listen to, and I really appreciate you listening to mine. Have a gorgeous week, honey.